Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us today for the third and final installment of our new device series. My name is Jose Parra, and I'm an adult service coordinator here at LA County Library. And joining us today is my colleague, who I'll allow to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ana Silvia Torres, and I'm a librarian with our Adult and Digital Services team.
And with that, we will get started with our presentation today. Well, as I mentioned today, we're here to do the third of our new device series. If you were unable to join us for our first two sessions that covered our audiobooks, ebooks, and our second session that covered our more learning-focused databases and tools, I invite you to check them out. They are available on our YouTube channel, and Ana Silvia will be placing those two links in the chat for you to use. I will also be sure to include those links in our follow-up email, which will come to you late tomorrow. And in that, you will receive a PDF copy of the presentation you see here today, as well as the link to an edited version of this presentation. So you're able to see this one as well as the other two. And I encourage you to follow us at LA County Library on our YouTube channel, where we post weekly videos of some of our webinars and other educational and entertainment that we offer here through LA County Library. So for today, as you know, streaming video and audio has quickly become one of the most popular way to consume content here for us. I mean, and it's been so popular, right? And 10 years ago, we were still getting DVDs from Netflix, and now, we get upset if our video buffers after 30 seconds. So it's popular, it's here, but it's also very pricey. And LA County Library does offer various services that are available for you 24/7 that you could easily access from your smartphone, from your tablet, from your computer, and even straight from your television. And after the day, we'll hope that you're able to download and install the different apps that we'll be discussing here today, learn how to access the multiple streaming services that LA County Library offers, and hopefully you'll have some tips and tricks on how to search and check out that content so you could take advantage of all the services that we offer here today. So today, we'll be covering what you need to access all the different services. We will then look into detail into three of the services that we offer, which are Kanopy, Hoopla, and Freegal Plus. And at the end, we will have some time for some Q&A. So what do you need to access our services? Well, if you've been with us for our other two webinars, you know that what you need is your LA County Library card. And you can see a sample of the different cards that we've offered throughout the years. And you'll need your pen. Now, if you do not have an LA County Library card, you are encouraged to go to any one of our 86 locations and get a library card. Now, if you're unable to make it out to one of our locations, um, you are encouraged to get a digital card. And Anastasia will put the link for the digital card in the chat. That digital card gives you access to all our digital service. It also allows you to check out 3 print materials. We do encourage you to upgrade that digital card to a full card as you're able to take advantage of some of the other services we offer, such as our Chromebooks laptop lending program and our Discover and Go, which offers free museum passes to select museums throughout LA County. Now, it is important to note that if you have a physical card like the ones you see there, you do not need a digital card to access our services, our digital services. That digital card is there just as a convenience for those individuals who are unable to make it into one of our physical locations. Once you have your library card, you will need your 4-digit PIN. If you do not know your 4-digit PIN, you could visit one of our local libraries, you could call, or you could connect with one of our many librarians on our instant librarian chat, and they'll help you get that PIN. And of course, since we are talking about digital services, you will need a device, computer, mobile device to access the internet. So let's get going. The first service we want to talk to you about today is called Kanopy. And Kanopy is a video streaming service provider. Kanopy started about 10, 15 years ago as a service to universities and other educational institutions. And so the content they provided was very much that art house film type of movie or educational movies About 6 or 7 years ago, they decided to move into the public library space. And with that, they started to offer much more popular movies. You could see there on the right-hand side, a little caption with some of the movies they do offer or have offered in the past. And they do continue to provide independent movies, acclaimed movies to universities, but also to public libraries. So the collection has really expanded to also include documentaries and other TV series from A&E, the History Channel, and BBC, among other services. Recently, Kanopy was, recently Overdrive did bring in Kanopy into their services. So if you use our ebooks or audiobooks, that name Overdrive might be familiar to you. And Overdrive is very public library oriented, and you could see that reflected in the amount of content and the type of content that Kanopy is now offering. And as with all the services here at LA County Library, they are free. And as they are free, there are no late fees. And as it is a digital file, you don't need to remember to return it as it does auto return at the end of its loan period. So let's start streaming. So what do you need to do to start streaming? Well, if you're on a laptop or a computer, you could just hit the link that you see there. Once again, we will send a PDF copy of this to everybody, so you could open it up and click on there. You could also start at lacountylibrary.org, go to our digital library, and connect from there. From there, if it's your first time, you will sign up. You will need your library card number. You will then create an account using your email address and a unique password. If you are looking to use Kanopy on either a mobile device or on your smart TV, because Kanopy is available for iOS devices, which is the Apple products, Android products, which are your Google Pixels, your Samsungs, your Motorola's, your Plus Ones, and they're also available for streaming devices such as the Chromecast, the Roku, and the Amazon Fire Stick. Now, if you do want to connect that way, you should download the app, but sign up, create your account on a laptop or computer, as it is a little easier to navigate as you do have that physical keyboard. And then you're able to connect on your smartphone or your device or one of the many devices available. Once you create your account, feel free to start discovering some new favorites or, explore some of those old classics that you haven't seen in a while. So how to watch? Kanopy does offer you 10 credits every month. These credits do expire at the end of the month, which means, today is January 31st. I believe I've used 2 of my credits this month, so I have 8 credits left. Tomorrow on February 1st, I will see 10 credits, not 18. They just do reset to the 10 credits. So please take full advantage of your 10 credits and check out some interesting movies, some great documentaries, or some TV series. Each credit does allow you to stream your selection for either 48 or 72 hours, though that is determined by each individual production company that provides their content to Kanopy. Please note that once you start streaming a movie, it does take one of your credits. So whether you watch 30 seconds or the entire film or TV series, it will charge you 1 credit. Luckily, the vast majority of the content available on Kanopy does offer trailers. So many like those trailers that you see before a movie or a commercial for a movie or for a new series are available at Kanopy. So if you're not quite sure if that's something you're interested in, be sure to use that trailer. We are not able to reset your credits. Unfortunately, if you do accidentally hit play, you will lose that credit for that month. What's great about Kanopy is that your content does sync across all devices. So something that you start on your laptop, you could then continue on your television later on that day within that period. And you just start off right where you left off. Now, Kanopy does not allow for download. So you do need to have that constant stream in order to view your movie. So if you do have limited data, I suggest you do this while you're on Wi-Fi, as video content is really data heavy, and you could really easily go through a couple of gigs just viewing one movie. So always suggest Wi-Fi is your best option. If you have a bigger plan with a lot of data, it might not be a problem. Now, as I did say, you do have those 10 credits a month. So if you run out of credits, I do suggest you create a watch list. The watch list allows you to favorite favorite videos that you want to see. And that way, when you get your new set of credits, you're able to quickly access what you wanted to see. A lot of times I say, hey, I want to see that, but I don't favorite, I don't add it to my wish list. And then 3 days later, I'm trying to remember what it is that I wanted to watch. So definitely uh, add those to your wish list. One of my favorite things on Kanopy is actually called Kanopy Kids. Kanopy Kids is curated content for ages about 5 to 10. You're able to set up parental controls. Kanopy does offer a lot of content that might not be appropriate for kids. So you're able to to switch over to Kanopy Kids, and it does lock them into Kanopy Kids. And you'll see that in a little bit when we do a quick live demo. The other great thing about Kanopy Kids is that it's unlimited use for 30 days, and it does not take any of your credits. So you do not have to worry about running out of credits if if your nephew, your son, your grandkid, your neighbor comes over and they just want to continuously watch that one 10-minute video over and over and over again. It's not going to take up any of your credits. They could view it as much as they want without worrying. Like I said, it's a great curated collection and includes things like Sesame Street, Sit the Science Kid. It has this great thing called Vox Books, which really brings books to life. You can see it there on the screen towards the bottom where it says read along story books from Vox. So it takes that book and it just kind of pops the images to life, and it's really cool to watch. I enjoy it myself. The other thing that I do want to highlight with Kanopy is something called the Great Courses. The Great Courses are great educational courses that you're able to take advantage of. Some of these are 13, 14, or 15 hours worth of content. And again, these are offered to you credit free. So if there's something that you want to learn for further your education, the Great Courses is a great option, and you don't need to worry about using any of your content. So now what we're going to do, we're going to jump over to, so as you can see here, we could start off at lacountylibrary.org, and here under the digital library, you could see the services we're talking about today. You see the Freegal, the Hoopla, and the Kanopy, which is what we're highlighting at the moment. So if you click on there, you'll hop over, and as you can see here, I am already logged in. As you can see here, I have 8 out of my 10 credits played. So I don't think I'm gonna get through my 10 credits today, this month, but that's okay. I'll have 10 fresh credits tomorrow. And as you can see here, we have free films to watch. So they do offer a selection of movies that are offered credit free. So if you're out of your 10 credits, if you're not necessarily into the Great Courses, and you're not into Kanopy Kids, but you want to watch something, you could hop over and look at that curated list of content that offered credit free, and they do routinely update that, so always be sure to check it out. Here you can see the titles are either 48 or 72 hours, and you're able to see how long you have to view the new content. As you can see here, I have currently 3 items checked out. These 2 are Kanopy Kids, and as they're Kanopy Kids, they do not count against those 10 credits. But as you can see there, the movie I'm Not Here, which is a fantastic movie on Bob Dylan, it says there on the upper right hand 68H. So that means I have 68 hours still remaining on my loan, which will then let you tell that this was a 72-hour loan. So it's really great. I still have 68 hours to finish viewing that movie. And of course, you're only able to view it once during those 72-hour time periods. So much like many of those other movies that you might rent on Media on Demand, the checkout is available for one viewing over that time period. As you can see here, they have added some great new documentaries. They do have World Cinema, as I did mention before. It was originally curated towards universities and educational institutions, so it does still kind of bend a little bit towards those great documentaries and those international films. Here you can see I do have something on my watch list, which is a great documentary on a lower league soccer team. So we'll leave that at that. And here you could see some of those great series that we've just added. They've recently added a lot of items from the BBC. You see here some things from the History Channel. Now you're saying, I have 10 credits. TV shows are usually more than 10 episodes long. How am I going to do this? Well, Kanopy offers TV shows in two ways. And the best way to actually view a television show is on your device. So at least to start on your device. When you click on a show, so let's just do This Is Time here. We'll here see more. Here we can see there's 6 episodes in this season. But on the mobile device, if you see the word playlist at the very, very top, when you click into the series, if you see playlist on top, that word playlist indicates you'll be using 1 credit to view the entire series, but you are restricted to that 48, 72-hour period. So you'll probably have to really get into that. You really need to be one of those power bingers to get through a series in that time frame. If you see the word collection, that means that each individual episode is 1 credit. So you may want to stay away from those, or you just might want to use those towards the end of the month if you have a couple of credits that you haven't used up and you were interested in a television show and you know that it's going to take 1 credit per episode. That might be something that you want to save there towards the end of the month. But if you see that word playlist on the app, well, that means you're just going to use that 1 credit for the entire series or the entire season. So now I do want to hop over to Kanopy Kids. So you're going to take a look at that. So you could see it highlighted here, Kids. And once in here, you could see that great curated collection. As you can see here, those are those 2 videos that I checked out. Both of these are those great box books that I was talking about earlier that bring that story to life. So you're able to see here some of the great content that they offer, some Jen Hansen productions, some highlights for kids. So, if you remember when you're in elementary school, I loved reading highlights. Again, they do offer those Sesame Street segments. They're not entire episodes, but they're different segments. But again, you're not using your credits. So it's fine because you could just, repeat that 1 segment over and over and over again. And they do offer some content in Spanish. That is something they are looking to do more. So as you can notice here, that credit number is gone, just replaced by that exit. Right, so let's go ahead and let's exit. And you can see here, I have those parental controls enabled. And you do need to have that 4-digit PIN. If I put in just a random number, it won't let me exit. But if I do have that parental control and I do have that PIN, I'm back on regular Kanopy. So that is a great service that Kanopy offers. And let's see if we could highlight here the great courses. So let's go into Browse. And we're going to search for the great courses. So here we are, suggested matches, the great courses. And as you can see here, they cover everything from history to hobbies to social sciences. And again, these are industry experts who are teaching these courses. So let's look into one of them here really quickly to look how it looks. I do have a dog that I still need to train even though he's 10. So as you can see here, we have 24 episodes totaling 12.5 hours of content. But again, much like Kanopy Kids, Great Courses is offered credit-free. So you know that you're able to watch the entire 12.5 hours without using your credits. You also don't have to worry about binging through those 12.5 hours over a 72-hour period. You could watch it leisurely. You could add it to your watch list and just watch an episode here and there. It does provide that supplemental content, which is great. So you're able to download that PDF and get that supplemental content. So the great courses is something I've definitely taken advantage of, and I do suggest you do so as well. As you can see here, we have these great, you could search by genre, you could search just television series, and these featured here, these is great because you're able to highlight some of the new additions that have come in. Let's take a look at some new additions. What we have to keep in mind with Kanopy is that Kanopy works very much like other services, other streaming services that you might be familiar with, where content appears and disappears from the service because their contract with that film company or that production company runs out. So I do suggest if you see something that you like and you have that credit and you have the time, definitely view it right away because it might not be available next month. So just keep that in mind that not everything is available all the time as contracts with the different production companies do end. And so that is a quick look at Kanopy. And now I would hand it over to my co-presenter so she could continue on with Hoopla.
All right, so now I will be talking about Hoopla. Hoopla is a mobile library, media, and streaming platform. It offers thousands of movies, documentaries, TV series, and albums for you to stream. Titles auto-renew, so no late fees, no need to worry about manually returning anything. It automatically does so at the end of the lending period. Another great thing about Hoopla is that items are always available, so you don't need to place a hold on anything. If you see a movie or a TV show that you like, you can borrow it and have instant access to it. How can you access it? So there are two ways. You can download the Hoopla digital app. It's compatible with iOS, Android, and Kindle Fire devices. For computer users, you can log into the URL, and that's hoopladigital.com. As Jose mentioned, we will be sharing this presentation with you with all of the links, so don't worry about needing to copy that down. You could also go to our website and start accessing it right away as well after this presentation. And then to create your account, you will need your library card number and your PIN and your email address. And that's how you'll be able to log in with your email address and the password that you create. Those will be your credentials for both the web browser version of Hoopla and the mobile app version as well. So how can you start watching, listening to the content on Hoopla? So first of all, you get 8 credits each month. These credits renew at the beginning of every month. They don't carry over. So for example, if you end January with 2 credits, you won't have 10 credits in the month of February. You'll just restart with those 8 credits. We often get asked about how credits work. What if you don't watch something? What if something is only 15 minutes? And so from the moment that you click borrow title, you have used up a credit. So I suggest that you use them wisely because again, they don't carry over and you just have those 8 at the beginning of the month. So if you're not sure if you're going to watch something, then just be careful with your credits, especially as videos are available for 3 days. So you don't have a long time very much with the videos, and albums, you get those for a little bit longer. You get those for 7 days. And then you're able to watch and stream items on your laptop by streaming them with Wi-Fi internet connection. So that's how it works with your computer and your laptop. For mobile devices, you are able to download content to be viewed in offline mode, but that's only available for the mobile app version of Hoopla. You also have the ability of syncing your movies or your episodes to your smart TV by using Chromecast or AirPlay. That's also an option for you. I personally don't like watching things on my phone, so I use that feature quite a bit when I'm watching movies or episodes on Hoopla because I find it kind of just really annoying. It hurts my eyes. I'm sure many of you also don't like that. So that's a really great option for you. And if you have a Fire Stick or a Roku, you can also, Hoopla also has apps on those platforms as well. So those are the other ways that you can watch and enjoy the content on Hoopla. Hoopla also has binge passes, which are a really great way of using up your credits because 1 credit equals a single borrow for unlimited access to a collection. And Hoopla has, it's constantly adding new binge passes, and I'll be showing you those in our demo in just a moment. But these binge passes, with that 1 credit, you're able to view all of the content. And sometimes there are many different items, 30 films or magazines or anything like that, 30 plus 20 items in that single collection. But the neat part is that you've only used that 1 credit. And then there's also kids mode, which is great if you have a child that's using Hoopla or you're sharing your account with your child. You can enable kids mode so that you can make sure that the items that are available to them are kid appropriate. So let me show you now everything that I just talked about. Let me go into Hoopla now. All right, so you can log into Hoopla the same way that Jose showed you how to get to Kanopy, which is on our website, LA County Library, and you can go to movies and you'll be able to find Hoopla that way. So I'm already logged in, and this is our landing page, our home page. And Hoopla will have a running banner that features its content, new albums, new movies, new books, or books that are being turned into movies. So definitely check those out. And then under that, you have your borrows for the month. So I have 4 more credits that I can use up this month. Again, these don't carry over. So starting tomorrow, the 1st of February, I'll have 8 credits once again. And then under that, I have my recently borrowed items. The ones that have the play button here are the ones that are currently borrowed, and then the rest are ones that I've had. So if you want to see things that you've borrowed in the past, then that's easily available to you. And then you have recommended titles and favorite titles. So unlike Kanopy, where you can have a wish list, I favorite items. That's sort of my way of having a wish list for titles that I'm not quite ready to borrow. I'm not quite ready to use up one of my credits, but I would like to at some point in the future. So that's a feature for you. And then we have binge passes that I mentioned before. As you scroll through Hoopla, you'll see that Hoopla likes to kind of curate different collections, either around an event or a month. So we have Library Lovers Month right now, and then popular ebooks, audiobooks. And then there's Rihanna, their halftime. So again, popular pop culture events that are happening. Hoopla is really good about curating collections based off of what's currently happening. Comics. And then we have movies, popular television shows, and popular music. So that's what you'll find on the landing page. However, there's much more content on Hoopla. And now let me show you how you can search and browse through the collection. So it has, of course, your regular standard search box at the top, and you can search for items by having your keyword, or you can click on any of these trending searches. And you can also filter your search by clicking this drop-down menu and then filtering them out through what you're particularly interested in, if you want movies, music, or television show. To the left of that, we have our browse drop-down menu, and you can browse by movies, music, television, or binge passes. So let's take a look at movies. Let's browse and see what's available. So now I'm in the movies main page. And again, there's that running banner that's featuring different content or films, popular movies, featured movies. You can also browse by genres and collections, recommended titles, and recently added titles, and much more. As we scroll through here, you can see that there are a lot of well-known films, award-winning films with very popular actors. So definitely there is a really neat collection on here. There's also international films and family-friendly films. So again, a lot to offer with Hoopla films. Now I would like to talk about those binge passes and show you how you can access them, the ones that I mentioned earlier, that all you need is that 1 credit. So let's go back up to the main menu and select browse again. And then our very last option there is binge passes. So these are the current binge passes that Hoopla has available. And when you click on a binge pass, you not only are just using that 1 credit, but you can have this for a total of 7 days. So here are the different binge passes that are available to you. And we have those great courses as well on here, as well as Kanopy. We also have them on Hoopla. So let me show you what a binge pass looks like. So I'm going to select it. And I actually already have it borrowed, but if I didn't, this would instead say borrow. So it tells you what the binge pass is. It tells you how you can access it. So this is for streaming only. And then if you're ready to check it out, I'm going to select play titles, and it takes me into the binge pass. And I have access to all of the courses, all of the content in this binge pass, which is pretty neat. So if I want to learn about Charlemagne, I can take this entire course. I also have that guidebook. If I want to skip through different lessons, I can just hover my mouse over it, and it gives me the description of the course as well as the length of it. So this is just an example of one of the binge passes. All of them, depending on the kind of content they offer, will be a little different, but that just kind of gives you an idea. And again, you have these for 7 days. You've just used one pass. And I wanted to show you the great courses because Hoopla also has television shows that you can check out, including the great courses. So you can check out a single course, the same ones that you can find on the binge pass. So let me see if I can find one for you to show you the difference. So let's click on browse television and hobby month. Let's see, always trying to pick up new hobbies. So let me just click on any of these great courses. So here is how to play chess, lessons from an international master. So I could take this course and just, instead of going to the binge pass, I could just watch it on Hoopla, and then I can, if I'm on the mobile device, I can download it. However, this course has, let's see how many episodes it has. This has 24. And each episode has a blue borrow button. So as you can see, I only have 8 credits per month. So if I wanted to watch this entire course, this is a very fast way that I'm going to run through my 8 credits. So I suggest if you are someone who really likes the great courses, then use the binge pass, because you can find this course on the binge pass. Let's go back and let's see, it's right there. And you just use 1 credit. So if I want to click borrow on here, you see I'm borrowing that. I'm using that 1 credit. I only have it for 3 days. I can stream it and download it to the mobile device. And so it's telling me, are you sure you want to borrow it? So that's another way that you can kind of ensure that you're using your credits wisely. It does give you that little pop-up window that before you actually click borrow title, because once you click borrow title, you've borrowed that you've used up a credit. So that's why I wanted to show you the difference between the binge pass and just borrowing something, a television show. So even though this is a course, Hoopla categorizes it as a television show. So all of these would kind of fall under that same one. So the good thing is I think that Hoopla is trying to build up their binge passes a little bit more, because just this last week, I noticed that they've added 4 more binge passes. So hopefully in the future, they have more episodes and more collections for you to borrow. The last thing I'd like to show you in Hoopla is the kids mode. So right now I'm in regular adult mode. However, if I want to switch over to kids mode, it's very easy. I just go to the left, to the right hand side where it says kids. And right now it says off. But if I were to click that, I'm in kids mode, and everything changes in the home page. All of the featured content, the popular audiobooks and comics and movies and television shows and music are all kid friendly. And then when I want to switch back over to the adults or the regular Hoopla, I just go back up to the kids section and I click on, and I'm back. So that's Hoopla for you. I do want to mention that you are logged in. You stay logged in when you're on a web browser. So you want to make sure that you log out if you're using someone else's computer or a public computer. And to do that, you just go to settings and click log out. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Jose, who's going to conclude with Freegal Plus.
Well, thank you so much, Anna Sylvia. Hoopla is one of my favorites, and I do have it on both of my on my phone and on my streaming device on my TV, because I do take advantage of that. And so we're saving, I saved my personal favorite for last. I'm a big music person. So I saved Freegal Plus for last. Freegal, what used to be called Freegal is now Freegal Plus. They did go through a quick rebrand recently, and they did make some updates and some changes for that rebrand. So what is Freegal Plus? Well, Freegal Plus gives you free legal access to streaming and downloading music, which is where the name comes from. It's a combination of free and legal, and they smashed it together to come up with Freegal. And Freegal Plus does give you access to over 11 million songs and access through about 28,000 different independent music labels. But the biggest one of those, of course, is the Sony Music Entertainment Catalog, which has labels such as Columbia, Artistra, Epic, Columbia Nashville. So it does have a large number of very popular and very big artists. And again, as all our services, it's absolutely free. And there are no late fees because most of the time you're just streaming this content. So how to listen, again, if you're on a computer, simply you could start at lacountylibrary.org and go into that digital section, or use the link that you see here. And of course, as with all the services we're offering today, there are apps available for your Android and iOS devices, as well as for the Freegal Kindle. Now, although there are no apps for television, you are able to Chromecast. So if your TV does offer a Chromecast compatibility, you're able to use your mobile device or your laptop to cast over to your television. And I'll show you that little icon when we go live. So what does Freegal offer? So Freegal Plus offer, like I said, you do have access to those 11 million songs, but what does that mean? Well, there's a lot of very popular streaming services out there that you can pay for. There's also free versions of them, but those free versions do come with some restrictions, right? The biggest one is those ads, right? You listen to 3 or 4 songs and then you're bombarded with 3 or 4 ads for, HelloFresh or Magic Spoon or some other service that they're that's paying for the content that you're listening to. And also some of the restrictions include that you can't necessarily select the specific song you want to listen to. You might be able to select the artist or the album, but not the order. And then eventually it just starts using its AI to feature songs that they feel you might like based on the song that you have previously selected. With Freegal Plus, you have absolutely no ads. You never have to worry about an ad. And you get to pick and choose the exact song, album, and artist that you want to listen to. And again, it's unlimited streaming, so you don't have to worry about, running out of songs that you listen to every month. You could continuously listen to it. And trust me, I'm continuously running it on my laptop. Another great feature of Freegal Plus is that you're able to download 5 songs each week. Again, these songs do not reset, so each week you get a fresh set of 5 songs. So if there's an album you really, really like and you want to own, and it's available on Freegal, it'll probably take you about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks to download, but you'll get that entire album. In the meantime, you can be streaming it. To note is that these songs are DRM free, which is the digital rights management. And some songs that you purchase do have this DRM, which means it restricts what you can do with it. The Freegal songs do not have that restrictions on there. So you're able to burn it onto a CD. You're able to put it onto your favorite music app. So if you're an iTunes user, you could listen to it on iTunes. If you're a Google user, you could use, YouTube Music or whichever one you prefer. Now, I will note that if you do want to download songs, I would suggest that you download the songs on either a laptop or a desktop and then transfer them over to your mobile device. This is especially true with iOS devices. If you download a song on the Freegal app on your Apple phone or Apple tablet, the iPad, it stays within the app. You're unable to move it to your laptop or move it over to your iTunes. So my suggestion is for you to download it on your laptop or your computer and then transfer it over to your iTunes on your phone. It's a little bit, you can do this on Android where you could download on the app and transfer over, but it's a little complicated. There's a couple of extra steps. sometimes I forget the steps and I get a little frustrated. So I always default to download on the laptop and then transferring over to the my mobile device or burning it onto a CD. Now, I did mention that Freegal Plus offers 11 million songs from, the main content is from Sony Music. So what does that kind of look like? Well, as you can see here on the screen, recently Rolling Stone put out their list of the 200 greatest singers of all time. I do want to stress it's their list. There's a huge controversy because they didn't include Celine Dion, which I'm not a Celine Dion fan, but I would have put her in the 200 greatest of all time. But out of those 200 greatest artists, Freegal offers you 166 of those. So you can see that playlist has 166 songs. They're doing one song per artist. So 166 songs out of 200 isn't that for free service. And they continuously add artists. And I'll show you where you could see that when we jump over to the live version. So actually, let's do that now. Let's jump over to that live version. So once again, here we are on our main screen here, lacountylibrary.org, a digital library. You see it here, Freegal. I do need to update that to read Freegal Plus. You log in, and here you are into Freegal Plus. As you can see here right off the bat, it says unlimited streaming, so I could listen to as many music songs as I want, as many albums as I want. I still have 4 downloads remaining. It's only Tuesday, so I do have a little more time to download those songs for the week. And one of the upgrades to Freegal Plus is their AI, their artificial intelligence, which kind of keeps track of what you listen to, and it's gotten a lot better at suggesting tracks and music that you might like. The previous version of Freegal kind of gave very generic suggestions, and half the time it was not artists that I suggested. I am a Dolly Parton fan, so that's why that's there. But you can see here, we have some featured songs, and these are some of the newest songs. As you can see here, the Miley Cyrus Flowers, that I believe is the #1 song in the country right now. So it's available for you to stream, or it's available for you to download. The one I want to highlight here is these 5 that are here. These are always updating. They're always here, but they're always updated. So if you want something new to listen to, if you want to see what's coming out, this is where I would start. And I really like the new arrivals, because the new arrivals is not new arrivals like new artists, it's new artists to Freegal. So if there's an artist that you enjoy that is not currently on Freegal, constantly check those new arrivals, because they might be added at a different time as they continuously add new labels that might carry the artist that you're interested in. So as you can see here, these are some of the new songs that are available. And here I'll highlight a couple of things. You could just play the song. You could go to the album. You could favorite the song. So this is great again if you're out of downloads and you want to download that song, you could favorite it and download it next week. You could also add it to a playlist. I do use these playlists a lot, so I'm able to listen to the songs that I like over and over again. As you can see that I'm definitely a Bob Dylan fan. And I could easily add this to Best New Music. This here lets you know that it's a song that you could download. So there's some songs that are offered on Freegal that you could only stream. Again, the control is with the owning company, with the publishing company. So if they do not want you to download, you're able to stream it, but this feature will be gone and you will not be able to download. And you might be able to see that in just a little bit. Now I want to go down here to downloads, and this is one of the other great new features that Freegal Plus has added. In the past, if you downloaded a song and you lost that song for some reason, or you were on a mobile network and your connection dropped and the song didn't finish downloading, if you wanted to download the song again, it would take another one of your downloads. Now you have 2 weeks to download the song twice, or up to 2 times. So either 2 times or 2 weeks, whichever comes first. And you could see that here. As you can see here at the top, it says I have 4 downloads available, but there's 5 downloads on my downloads list. And why is that? Because these 4 downloads are the songs that I downloaded last week. So if for some reason lost that content, I could hit download, and I could download it one more time without it affecting my credits. And let's actually try that. Let's download this Willie Nelson song one more time. So it began the successful download. And as you can see here, my downloads didn't change because I'm able to download something twice. So that's a great feature. So here, let's go to my playlist really quickly. And here we're able to see some of the featured playlists or some of the playlists that I've recently listened to. And these are the ones that I've made. So I want to show you a quick difference between a playlist that's created by Freegal and one of your personal playlists. So let's go into that top 200 playlist here. Let's populate. So as you can see here, you have all the different songs. These are all songs you can download. You go further down. I don't know if they put them in order of like the best to worst, or they're just in a random order of artists that they feature. So see here, right here, you see the song here, it has that little red plus, and that download button is gone, which basically means this song is not available for download. The publisher has not given permission for us to offer this as a download. But you can stream it, which is fantastic. And music doesn't take as much data, so you're able to stream on your cell phone data a lot easier than you would a movie, which is very data heavy. So although you might want to keep an eye on how much you stream. Music is a lot softer on it than anything else. And you could always download the songs if you really want to watch them. So let me click here on playlist. So the one difference I want to show you with their curated playlists and playlists that we've created is with this one, you're able to rearrange your playlist. So you could move songs up and down. You could see here, you click on it and you could just drag it up and down as you see fit. So that's a great way if you just start adding songs to a playlist and then you want to put them in a particular order. That's one way to do it very easily. Freegal does offer a number of different genres. So if you are a fan of a particular music and you want to know what they offer in that genre, you would want to go into that genre's label and kind of see what they have. So let's see what they have in Latin music here. So they do offer one of the most popular artists in the world right now, Bad Bunny, and the new Chiquita song here as well. Now these lists, as you can see here, one thing I want to point out, you see how it's kind of orange? That means I've already downloaded, and as you highlight it, you can see there, you've already downloaded this song. So I could go to my recent downloads to listen to it there. So they do offer a great list, and it's a great way to discover new artists. So I really enjoy Freegal Plus, and that's a quick look at Freegal Plus. Now I do have a quick minute. I want to highlight one more thing that we had forgotten to highlight, and that's in our newspapers and magazines. So let me click over there. So if you go into our digital library, newspapers and magazines, this is a little bonus for everybody for sticking around. LA County Library does offer free access to the New York Times. It's 3-day access, so you do need to come back every 3 days and get a new code, but it's very easy. You would come here, click on that link, and just click redeem. You'll log in with your email address. You have full access to the New York Times. It does not include the Sunday edition though, so you can't do that very difficult Sunday puzzle. But it is a great feature that we have here at LA County Library, where you're able to access the full content of the New York Times. And you just need to come back every 3 days to redeem for a new code, a new mini subscription if you would. So that's a little bonus for everybody. And with that, I will stop sharing and we will open it up for a Q&A. It looks like we do have a couple of questions, so we'll get started with that. So let's get into that Q&A. So someone mentioned in the chat, and I did forget to mention that, with Kanopy, you're able to add library cards and have additional credits. You do have to switch between library cards, and there is a way to do that. But if you have an LAPL library card and an LA County library card, you can add both into the same email address, and then you're able to switch accounts and almost double the number of credits that you have each month. So that's one really quick tip. If you're running out of credits but you do have another library card, check to see if they offer Kanopy, and you're able to expand the number of downloads you have each month or views you have each month. So someone asking here if the Kanopy, wondering if Kanopy and Hoopla have the same materials. Well, you do have to remember that Hoopla offers a lot more than just videos. It offers music, and their contract with music is different from the contract that Freegal has. As I don't know if you saw, but they do have the new Taylor Swift album. They have the new Sam Smith album. So if you're into music, it's a great way to get that. And remember, you have those 10 credits on Kanopy and 8 credits on Hoopla. So even though it's the same content, you have more chances to view it. So if you run out of credits on one service, you can hop over to the other service and use that service to complete, to view what you want to view and not have to wait till the next month. So someone's asking, how do we get a list of the services that we offer? Like I said, we will be following this up with a new with an email tomorrow with a copy of this presentation, as well as an edited version of the video, so you'll be able to rewatch and just look at the PDF and click through with those links that are available there. So someone's asking if do we have to make a new account with Freegal Plus? So with Freegal Plus, you just need your library card number and your PIN. You do not need to use your email address or a unique password. Just every time you log in, actually, if you download the app, you log in once, library card number and PIN, and you're good to go.
Someone's asking how they can get their PIN online. So you can go to our chat reference service. I think their hours are from noon to 6, I believe.
Yeah.
Know this, I do that service. But yeah, you can go in and they'll just ask you a few questions, and you're able to get your PIN in less than 5 minutes.
So someone's asking how you would transfer. So transfer music from a Dell laptop to an iPhone. So from Freegal, when you download it, just the song downloads as an MP3 file. That MP3 file you would import into your iTunes, and then once it's in your iTunes, you connect your iTunes to your phone to your computer, and you just drag and drop, or sometimes you have that auto sync set up. So it's a fairly easy process. And you can watch Hoopla on a desktop. Hoopla is available on a desktop, Chromebook, phones, and television. So it's very, very widely available. No, unfortunately, we do not offer an app to watch live TV. All we offer is the apps that we have that do have those recorded content. We don't have a live TV service at the moment. Someone's saying that Freegal Plus does not have an app. You might just want to put in Freegal. They just recently had that update, so there might be a little. They updated about 2 weeks ago, so the app should be available. I do have it available. I do have it on my Android phone. So I know it's out there, but mine's just auto updated. So you just might want to take off that plus, and it might be there as well.
So I have a question in the chat about the 72-hour limit. Can it be used within 1 month? So once you borrow an item and it's a 72-hour loan, you only have it for 72 hours. At least that's what I understand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then so if you check out something today, obviously those 72 hours are going to carry over into February, but it's a January credit. So you'll still have your full 10 credits in February, and you'll still have that 72-hour window that you started in January. So it's not gonna cut off at midnight if you didn't finish watching that movie or that TV series. You have 72 hours from you started, and it won't cut off your February credits. You'll have your full 10 credits.
Mm-hmm.
So someone's asking if they should install all 3 services. Yes, definitely install all 3 services and take full advantage of the 10 credits you get on Kanopy, the 8 credits you get on Hoopla, the 5 downloads, and the unlimited streaming you get on Freegal. And remember, Hoopla offers a lot more. As Anastasia kind of pointed out, they have magazines, they have audiobooks, and they have ebooks, and those are always available. So there's no wait list, there's no having to wait till someone returns it as you do with some of our other ebook providers. So definitely install all 3 services. They're here for you. Please take advantage of them.
And yes, I'll answer this question. Just like library checkouts, you do get it for that period. So book, if it's a 7-day checkout period, then you get that book for 7, or that album for 7 days, albums on Hoopla or whatever, any of these, more particularly Hoopla, I think it was saying a book may be checked out. So yeah, you get it for that period. And the great thing about all of these is that you don't need to return any of these titles. They manually return themselves. So no late fees.
And there's a question about where Hoopla is available. Hoopla is available on streaming devices, including the Chromecast, the Fire Stick, and Roku. I don't know how well it works on Roku. I don't have a Roku device, but I know the app is available for Roku. So if you have that streaming device, you are able to download the app for the Roku. All right, so it looks like we covered the vast majority of the questions. Again, we don't offer a live streaming service, unfortunately. And LA County Library does offer our own app. We're able to check out books and see when your material is due. It's available both on Android and iOS. Just look for LA County Library, and it should pop up. It's nice and purple, which is our brand color, which is amazing. So definitely check that out. So with that, we are right at 5 o'clock. So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, if this is the first time you join us for our new device series, thank you for joining for this one. If you joined us for all 3, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it and want to go back, the links are in the chat, but we will include them in that email that I will send out tomorrow afternoon. And so with that, I want to thank you so much for giving us an hour of your time. I hope you gained something. I hope you get out there and start watching some great movies and some great series. So Anastasia, you want to say goodbye?
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, it was nice putting these together for you. Someone said they were going to cancel their subscription. So it looks like we did our job here. We showed you a lot of really great resources. So thank you, everyone. Thanks, Jose, and have a good rest of your evening.